So yeah, looking back at the last video I made about the parallel postulate, the fifth postulate, there's a couple things I noted which actually makes the case even worse, and one or two of them I was actually thinking of as I was saying it, but I didn't really care. So if you have a hyperbolic disk, right, there's two problems. One, it's a disk, so any line you try to drop on it will terminate, so they cannot extend indefinitely. Also, what looks like a straight line on a hyperbolic disk, what looks like a straight ass line that goes through the center, it can't be, because the way that form is shaped, well, you can get two. You can get two actually straight lines, and that's it. All other possible lines that go through that point are actually curved. Yeah. So you only get two possible straight lines and they already intersect, so it's not possible to get parallel lines in a hyperbolic space at all. And if you're just looking at a hyperbolic disk, they necessarily, anything that is a candidate for anything will terminate. Right? So you have those problems. It's just like the way that you hold it. It looks like... And the entire argument comes from being embedded in this space, right? Where like these are your freedom, your freedom of motion is constricted by the space. And I get that. Like I understand why you would look at that, but such a space is always going to be embedded within a Euclidean space, within a flat space, where from the perspective of which you can see that all of this shit is curved, which is why a walk around a sphere is called a circle. That's what it's called. All of your, let's see, longitude, yeah. All of your lines of longitude are great circles. The equator is a great circle. And your lines of latitude, those are also all circles. Any way you cut a sphere, you get a circle. And we admit that, we say that. So if you're in spherical or elliptical geometry, you're getting shit like that. You're getting ellipses or circles. What are we doing? If you're in hyperbolic space, you're getting hyperbolas. And potentially two straight lines that intersect at the center. Because that's how hyperbolae work. What are we doing? What is this? So it's actually even worse than I said. And I'm sure there's more layers on this. And you want to get nitpicky. You're like, oh, Proclus wasn't 800 years after Euclid. He was 700 years. Okay. Wow. Good job. You really got me. And you would come in and be like, oh, your audio quality is shit. Your videos look like terrible trash. That's kind of the point. Because if you're actually here for what I'm saying, if you're actually here to learn things, to understand how other people think about things, right? I'm not saying that I have the truth. I'm saying that I have a different perspective. So learn, when I say learn things, I mean learn, how I'm looking at this. You're free to disagree. If you're actually here for that, then you don't give a shit about the audio quality and the video quality as long as it's intelligible. And it certainly is. It's good enough quality that it is intelligible. So, fuck off with that bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the fifth postulate, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see a problem there. And neither do you. If you think you do, you're wrong. Because if you're using these classical historical arguments, they don't make sense. Stop saying them. Like, this needs to die. We need to, develop math to the point where we're actually saying shit that makes sense and is coherent. Logicism failed. Okay? That doesn't work. The entire premise that all of your axioms should be derivable within the framework of your system has been demonstrated to fail for modern mathematics at large via Gödel's incompleteness theorems. So, and I think probably that's only the tip of the iceberg as far as like looking at shit that way. Because what was retained even after that was still nonsense, right? And it's also true that you can have an internally consistent logic which is unsound and it doesn't correlate with demonstrable, measurable reality outside of itself. So it doesn't even matter. Like, why are we looking to prove everything? The proof is only valid within the logical framework, but we know that the logical framework can be flawed and still be internally coherent. So what you're looking for the wrong things. You're just fundamentally looking for the wrong things here. Um,